What up, though? Your boy Meech, aka the Siage Saint. Hope everyone's doing well. Time for another fragrance video and time for round two of the Siage Saint Fragrance Association Fragrance Madness Tournament. This is the clone inspired by bracket. And again, we are now entering round two. If you missed the first round, you can definitely check those videos out on my YouTube channel. We had some great matchups, but now we are down to 8 fragrances. I will throw the bracket up somewhere so you can see what that looks like. 8 fragrances to crown a champion. And this is going to be a little bit different than round one. I am going to use 4 metrics to measure what fragrance is going to advance to the final 4. Those 4 metrics are performance and longevity. I will also use overall scent DNA, versatility, and the last metric will be complement factor. The performance and scent DNA metrics will be valued at 30 points each. The versatility and the complement factor will each be valued at 20 points each. So there will be 100 points possible to be given to any or all the fragrances in the matchup. The one with the most points after we tally up the points will advance to the next round. So let's go ahead and get into it right now. The first matchup pits the number 8 seed. We have Francique 63.55 from Fragrance World. This is a clone of BDK Parfums Gris Charnel, and it is going against the number 16 seed, Afnan's 9 AM Dive. This is really a hybrid blue fragrance, a little bit of Bleu de Chanel, a little bit of YSL. Doesn't necessarily smell or clone one thing in particular. So let's first talk about kind of the lower weighted metrics. Let's first talk about the complement factor. And for the complement factor, I'm going to give the 20 points to Francique 63.55. This is a fragrance that features some spice from cardamom. There's iris, there is fig, there's tea. This is a very calming, relaxing, sexy fragrance, and it definitely garners compliments, especially those up close and personal comments or compliments. Now, 9 AM Dive is no slouch. It's a blue fragrance, so it's definitely a mass appealing compliment getter, but I found in my experience, I definitely get more compliments from Francique 63.55. For versatility, I'm going to give those 20 points to 9 AM Dive. This is definitely the more versatile fragrance. Because it's a blue fragrance, you can pretty much wear this almost in any scenario. Although I reserve this most of the time for spring and summer wear, you could definitely wear this like in the fall and winter as well, especially if you're in some type of climate controlled environment and office. This would definitely work. So we're at 20 points apiece. Now let's talk about performance, and I would also give that edge and 30 points to 9 AM Dive. This is definitely the stronger projecting fragrance. They last about the same amount of time, probably 6 to 8 hours, although you may be able to squeeze in a little bit more longevity with 9 AM Dive, but the projection and the sillage definitely gives this one the edge in the performance department. And last but not least, the overall scent profile, I'm going to give that edge to Francique 63.55. I like the way this fragrance smells overall, slightly better than 9 AM Dive. 9 AM Dive smells great, but this one just has a better overall scent profile. I love iris fragrances, so I definitely vibe with this one a little bit more. So if you were doing the math, 9 AM Dive got 50 points. Francique 63.55 got 50. So I will make the tiebreaker. Which fragrance do I give the edge to? Just in my personal utility, I'm going to go with Francique 63.55. I love iris fragrances, man. What can I say? And for that reason, in a very close battle, Francique 63.55 will advance to the final 4. All right, let's look at our next matchup. This is another Paris Corner versus Fragrance World matchup. We have the number 12 seed from the House of Fragrance World. This is Spectre Ghost. It is going up against the 13 seed Afnan's Edict Mystique. Edict Mystique, again, kind of like 9 AM Dive, a hybrid, not necessarily a clone of any one thing. Smells a little bit like Oud Lemon Mint. Smells like Sultani by Arabian Oud. So it has a little bit of a couple of different fragrances going on. Of course, Spectre Ghost, a clone of Nishane's Ani. And this is a fantastic vanilla centric fragrance. All right, let's first talk about versatility. Versatility, I'm going to give the slight edge to Edict Mystique. Surprise, surprise. This one is a little bit more versatile. I can envision wearing this fragrance to the office. I could also envision wearing this formal occasions, particularly in the warm weather months. Because of that oud that you get in the dry down, this could definitely work in cooler weather as well. Again, especially in a climate controlled environment. But I'm going to give the versatility edge to Edict Mystique. Compliment factor definitely goes to Spectre Ghost. This is a highly complimented fragrance. That vanillic waffle ice cream cone vibe, you know, a little bit of citrus on the top, but this is creamy and just an incredible smelling fragrance. It definitely garners compliments. Longevity also, or performance, also goes to Spectre Ghost. I get about 8 hours or so in the longevity department with a decent amount of projection. Edict Mystique is not bad. It lasts 6 to 8 hours as well, but this one, projection, sillage is a little bit better. And overall scent profile also goes to Spectre Ghost. So Spectre Ghost kind of in a landslide here, 80 to 20, advances to the final four. This is a great fragrance. All right, our next matchup here, I think we have a 3 seed versus 6 seed matchup. We have a Paris Corner fragrance here. We have Pandora Scents Charuto Tobacco Vanille, a clone of Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, as the 3 seed. And the 6 seed, also a Paris Corner fragrance, but from their North Stag line, we have North Stag Quatre. This is an interpretation of Afternoon Swim. In terms of versatility, I am going to give the edge here to Quatre. This is more of a warm weather scent, but it is definitely a little more versatile than that Tobacco Vanille DNA. This is citric, it's musky, very fresh. You get that zingy ginger as well. This is definitely one that I feel I can wear more occasions than Charuto Tobacco Vanille, so I would give it the 20 points for versatility. Compliment factor, slight edge to Charuto Tobacco Vanille. I'm going to give the 20 points here to Charuto Tobacco Vanille. I've worn this fragrance more, if I'm being honest, and I've definitely gotten compliments with that vanilla, that spice, that dried fruit accord. This is definitely one that garners compliments. Charuto Tobacco Vanille also wins in the performance category. This lasts about 6 to 8 hours, with Quatre being kind of a freshy, a citric scent. Get about 4 to 6 hours. So I would give the performance advantage to Charuto Tobacco Vanille. Overall scent profile, very, very close. But Quatre is definitely, I think, to the masses, more of an appealing scent profile. And it just smells so pleasant. Maybe because I'm ready for the summertime, ready for the warm weather. I'm kind of tired of the cold. Maybe I gravitated towards this. Because yesterday, I was thinking Charuto Tobacco Vanille. But today, I'm going with Quatre. So this is another tie. 50 points for Quatre, 50 points for Tobacco Vanille. I'm going to advance North Stag's Quatre to the final four. Again, I'm in the mood for warm fragrances, and this is zingy, it's fresh, it's bright and citric. It smells very, very nice. So Quatre will advance to the final four. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our last matchup, we have a 10 seed versus a 15 seed. The 10 seed comes from the House of Emperor. This is Valencia Uomo Intense, an interpretation of Valentino Uomo Intense, and its opponent from the House of Paris Corner. This is a part of their Ministry of Oud line. This is Oud Satin, an interpretation of MFK's Oud Satin Mood. So when we talk about versatility, I am going to give the edge to Valencia Uomo Intense. This is a fragrance, of course, that features iris. It features a mandarin accord, some leather, some vanilla. Really an evening type of fragrance, but has slightly more versatility than Oud Satin, in my opinion. Oud Satin is almost exclusively for date nights, you know, evenings out in the cold weather. You may get away with this evenings in the fall, winter, and the spring. So I'll give versatility to Valencia Uomo Intense. I'm going to give the compliment factor to Oud Satin. This is definitely a compliment getting fragrance. Very sexy, powdery, you know, vanillic, rose, oud fragrance. This is very nice smelling, unisex. Both men and women can rock this, and men and women will definitely get compliments wearing this fragrance. Performance also goes to Oud Satin. This is a really strong performing fragrance. Lasts 8+ hours on skin. really good projection for the first couple of hours that you're wearing it. It definitely dwarfs Valencia Uomo Intense in the longevity department. Overall scent profile, y'all know I love iris fragrances, so I'm going to go with Valencia Uomo Intense here on the overall scent profile. I just love the way this fragrance smells. It's a fantastic smelling fragrance. And ladies and gentlemen, if you were doing the math, we have yet another 50-50 tie. But in a shocker, I'm not going with the iris fragrance. I am going to advance Oud Satin by Paris Corner, simply because even though they tied in the metrics, that overall scent profile, I gave the advantage to Valencia Uomo Intense, but it's very, very close. Oud Satin is a fantastic smelling fragrance. I just prefer the iris fragrance, but because that distance between them in overall scent DNA was not that far off, and this is such a strong performing fragrance, I'm going to advance Oud Satin to the final four. So there you have it, guys. We are down to 4 inspired by clone fragrances. Francique 63.55, Spectre Ghost. Both of those fragrances are by Fragrance World. North Stag or Paris Corner's Quatre, and Paris Corner's Oud Satin. Next round, we will break down the final four and crown the champion. Let me know you guys' thoughts. Did I get these right? Did I get them wrong? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Be sure to check out my social media for more. Be sure to check out the next video on the designer niche side. That'll be coming here in the next day or two. It's your boy Meech, aka the Sillage Saint. Until next time, take care. Peace.